Good evening. Excuse me a moment. Ah, that's better. You know, I've been avoiding this franchise for so long, I never thought it would be successful. But, much to my surprise, it got so popular. Look, I'm a Happy Meal toy. And one thing that still bothers me, even today, is this. Is this what we represent? Unbelievable. But anyway, the franchise I'm going to review for you today is something that I couldn't believe they made sequels out of it. And the franchise I'm going to review for you today, believe it or not, have Adam Sandler playing me. And the franchise I'm going to review is Hotel Transylvania. Now, unlike other Draculas, this one is different. You see, this Dracula, he has a fear of humans because of what happened to his wife, and had to save his daughter, Mavis. You know, I have tons of sons and daughters. Besides, I've been married more than once. So I have tons of sisters and tons of sons and daughters. And I do have a couple of descendants from the human side of my blood. Anyway, Hotel Transylvania tells a story that Count Dracula decided to create something for Transylvania for the monsters to, take a break from their usual hauntings. So therefore, he made Hotel Transylvania, a hotel in the big castle. Sounds like something I would have done. And it was sacred against the humans until this kid shows up. He's a human, and he doesn't judge by their monstrous appearance. Although he did get scared, knowing that the people out there are real monsters. But he fell in love with Mavis here, voiced by the lovely Selena Gomez. And Selena Gomez, she's kind of like Ariel in The Little Mermaid. Although I'm not too strict like Trident. I don't like the way he does it. I mean, he always keeps destroying things that she loves. Which that is bad parenting if you ask me. And much to his surprise, he gets along with the human, and the human, she has feelings for her, and she has feelings for him. While at the same time, my good friend, the Mummy, Frankenstein Monster, and the Wolfman and the Invisible Man, we all tried their best to keep him out of harm's way. Heck, I even have Igor, who's a hunchback chef, who is more like a cannibal, and he wants to kill that human, so he'll turn him into a new food. But I decided that humans are not all that bad. After feeling how bad I am and how miserable Mavis is, I decided to find him and tell him how sorry I am and get him back. Of course, I need to get over those two hugging and kissing. And that is Hotel Transylvania. But of course, I was more surprised when they made this. Hotel Transylvania 2. Where she meets the parents who is very accepted towards Mavis being a vampire, made in 2015. While Hotel Transylvania 1 was made in 2012, Hotel Transylvania 2 was made in 2015. And believe it or not, I'm not the only Dracula in this. Turns out my dad, named Vlad, voiced by Mel Brooks, he showed up because he noticed that I have a grandson. Sadly, Mavis wants her son Daniel to be more human, while this punk, which I kind of like as my son-in-law, he wants his son to be a monster. And I rather have my grandson be a monster than human. And much of my surprise, my grandson created some sort of bond between Wolfman's daughter, his little girl. They both really like each other. But of course, Vlad's minions showed up. These half-human, half-bats starts creating problems and start going after the humans and such. Well, as Daniel finally hit the certain puberty where he's finally a monster, he embraced his vampiric powers. So, Mavis and I and the rest of the family and the monsters, we start kicking some butt. Of course, I was surprised when my father, Fred, says, "Don't come near me or anyone in my family again." Hey, I do Mel Brooks, not bad. And of course, there was a short film I heard that you can find in Hotel Transylvania 2 in 2018, a short film called Puppy. And on that one, it's about a giant dog who becomes our new pet. And surprisingly, Walt Disney made a deal with us, with Hotel Transylvania, to make an animated series, voiced by different casts. And they made Hotel Transylvania series. Right now they're on their second season. Started in 2017, and it's still going today. And then in 2008, they decided to make the third, and I hope it's final, movie. Hotel Transylvania 3. Summer Vacation. Well, turns out, after being so happy seeing my daughter Mavis and her son-in-law and my grandson, does get pretty lonely being a bachelor. So the monsters tried to hook me up, but it didn't go well. And then all of a sudden, Mavis and her husband decided to put me on the cruise. I don't feel that good being on a cruise, but until I found somebody, a most beautiful woman I've ever seen. The most beautiful woman. Little did I did not know it was Van Helsing's daughter. And she was trying to kill me until she finally realized I'm not as evil as her daddy claimed me to be. So, and of course, Van Helsing was planning to launch this giant octopus called the Kraken to destroy all the monsters by playing a certain music. So it's up to me and my son-in-law to try to play a different type of music so the Kraken will be in a good mood. All in all, I said it was a good ending. And of course, I asked Van Helsing's daughter to marry me. Me and the Van Helsing's been enemies for so long. I think it's time to end the feud and bury the hatchet. I hope the real Van Helsing is listening to this, because that's what I think you should do. I'm getting so sick and tired battling against you. Heck, Van Helsing, if you're watching this, I hope you and I will become friends. Because sometimes I do admire you vampire hunters. Oh well, what's said is, so much loss and regrets. Anyway, this is Count Dracula reviewing to you Hotel Transylvania. And for the last time, I do not go blah blah blah. Seriously. Who thought up the idea that I go blah blah blah? It's stupid. A lot more ridiculous than people say, I'm Dracula, coming to suck your blood. My favorite line is, I never drink wine. Children of the night, what music they make. Anyway, this is Count Dracula telling to you all, Merry Christmas, and see you later.